Welcome to Pastor Andrew's Inspirations. If you enjoy these videos, please click on the red subscribe button below and the bell for more. Welcome to our online church, a congregation made up of many from around the world. No offering is necessary. Subscribing and watching videos will keep us alive under God's watchful eyes. Today we will be talking about biblical names starting with H, Part 10. This part will consist of 3 sections, sections A through C. This is Part A. Hegai, or Hege. Hegai is a character from the Book of Esther, chapter 2, verses 8 and 15. He is a eunuch placed in charge of Ahasuerus' harem. So it came to pass, when the king's commandment and his decree was heard, and when many maidens were gathered together unto Shushan the palace, to the custody of Hegai, that Esther was brought also unto the king's house, to the custody of Hegai, keeper of the women. Now, when the turn of Esther, the daughter of Abihail, the uncle of Mordecai, who had taken her for his daughter, was come to go in unto the king, she required nothing but what Hegai, the king's chamberlain, the keeper of the woman, appointed. And Esther obtained favour in the sight of all them, and looked upon her. Helda, or Heleb, or Heled. Helda is the name of 2 biblical figures. According to the Encyclopedia Biblica, it should most likely be given alternate vowels as Holde or Huldah. Helde's son, Abana, the Netophathite, is listed as one of David's mighty warriors, and also in a list of military leaders given in 1 Chronicles chapter 27. He is called Heled in 1 Chronicles chapter 11, and Heleb in 2 Samuel chapter 3. A Jewish man called Helam, living in Babylonia, mentioned in Zechariah chapter 6. Heli or Eli, in the New American Standard Bible, is an individual mentioned in the Gospel of Luke as the grandfather of Jesus. In Luke's genealogy of Jesus, Heli is listed as the father of Joseph, the husband of Mary, and the son of Mathat. Jesus, when he began his ministry, was about 30 years of age, being the son of Joseph of Heli, of Mathat, of Levi. Heli is not mentioned in the genealogy of Jesus in the Gospel of Matthew, the only other canonical gospel to include a genealogy. That genealogy instead identifies Jacob as Joseph's putative father. The New Testament provides 2 accounts of the genealogy of Jesus, one in the Gospel of Matthew and another in the Gospel of Luke. Matthew starts with Abraham, while Luke begins with Adam. The lists are identical between Abraham and David, but differ radically from that point. Matthew has 27 generations from David to Joseph, whereas Luke has 42, with almost no overlap between the names on the 2 lists. Notably, the 2 accounts also disagree on who Joseph's father was. Matthew says he was Jacob, while Luke says he was Heli, or Heli. Traditional Christian scholars have put forward various theories that seek to explain why the lineages are so different, such as that Matthew's account follows the lineage of Joseph, while Luke's follows the lineage of Mary. Some modern critical scholars say that both genealogies are inventions, intended to bring the messianic claims into conformity with Jewish criteria. Another possibility is that since both Heli and Jacob have a similar name listed as their father. Mathan in Matthew, Mathat in Luke. A discrepancy that can easily be accounted for by error. That the names Heli or Heli and Jacob refer to the same person. Matthew relied heavily on fitting existing prophecy to the narrative in the Old Testament. Jacob also had a son named Joseph. This explanation fits for Heli and Jacob himself, but not for the earlier genealogies. This is what the Lord says. Record this man as of childless, a man who will not prosper in his lifetime, for none of the offspring will prosper. None will sit on the throne of David or rule any more in Judah. Jeremiah chapter 22. If Matthew's genealogy is that of Mary and Luke's of Joseph, then there is a problem with the curse of the Solomonic line, dating from the time of Jeconiah, where Jeremiah pronounced that no descendant of Jeconiah would again sit on the throne of David or rule Judah. The apocryphal Proto-Evangelium of James gives the story of Saint Joachim and Saint Anne as the parents of Mary. This is largely followed in Catholic, Orthodox, and Anglican tradition. Hegai. Hegai is a name used in Nehemiah chapter 12 in a list of priestly clan leaders in the days of Joachim. The text refers to Hegai as leading a clan named Marioth. According to the Encyclopedia Biblica, the name is an abbreviation form of Helkiah or Hilkiah. Helon. Helon is a surname, the name of an ancient Scythian culture, a language, a Christian geographical and botanical name of biblical, Hebrew, and Greek origin. Pronounced and phonetically spelt Khay-Lone, Kalon. The name is derived from the Hebrew he, lammed, nun, Sophet, transliterated as Shalon, Chelon, Kalon in Hebrew, Galen, Gelen, Galeen in Russian, Galan in Ukrainian and Greek, Helan in Czech, Helen in English and Latin. Common spelling in Polish language is Helen, but the name can also be rendered as Chelon with C being silent. Spelling of the name Helen is often confused with the rendered Helen, Helen, Helene, or Elon. The progenitor of the name was Helen, the second son of Zebulon, ben of Jacob, prince of the tribe of Zebulun. In keeping with the seafaring occupation and inherent traditions of the tribe of Zebulun, the name Helen, its usages and derivatives are synonymous with traits indicative of water. This was the biblical name starting with H, Part 10, Section A. Please stay tuned for Section B, starting with the rest of Helen's story. If you like these videos, please click on the red subscribe button below and the bell for more. Adonai Nisi, the Lord is our banner. God's blessings be upon us all.